Play from the start. Here it is. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our live workshop. I think this is our third or fourth live workshop. Before we get started, can you guys give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go? Can you hear me? Can you see my screen? Just a thumbs up. Awesome. Okay. So Rab, how was my workshop last time? Talk us through how it was last time.
It is super good. Yeah, quite informative, and I liked how others were um, engaged, asking questions, and also already thinking during the meeting that how they can implement
Yes,
during their
implementation.
implement. They were already thinking about how can they
Implement, or if
implement,
they've
or if they
already
already implemented, how they can better themselves.
Yeah,
That
100%. And this is going to be high value, high impact. We're going to get straight into it, guys. There's no fluff in my presentation to go straight into the core points. Make sure you've got your notebooks, take plenty of notes. Angel, welcome. Pleasure to have you. Edison, welcome.
Hi, Emil. Thank you. How
Very,
are you?
yeah, doing very good. My partner's in the background, Kimberly.
Hello.
Edison,
Hi. Nice to meet you, Kimberly.
Hi, Emil.
these are starting to fill up. It's good. Okay, guys, let's get cracking into it. Edison's, look at him. He's dedicated. He's got his after school program, yet he still wants to attend the live workshops. Good on you, Edison. Okay, let's get cracking. Today's workshop is going to be how to boost renewals and reduce churn. That was the most voted one by you guys. Now, before we get into our live workshop, let's do a quick recap of what we spoke at the last workshop, which is how to master local area marketing. I really like summarizing things about what we learned last time. So in our live workshop, for how to master local area marketing, we spoke about crafting a killer offer that makes parents act fast, not a boring offer like here's a $10 discount. Name your offer, wrap it like a present. Use local language to resonate with your community. Remember, if it's a local offer, you've got to pair it with local language. Tie your offer to your suburb to make it feel personal. Create your marketing materials in bulk using Emesh, who's our dedicated freelancer to get all your materials done. Think in hundreds and thousands. When you're collecting in data, doing one Facebook post isn't enough. You need to be doing 10, 20, 30. The better the volume, the more data you can get. And make sure you track your results and adapt your marketing for what works. Each local marketing is a little bit different. Markets, Redcliffe markets might work well in Charles area, but if we do markets in Sydney, it might not attract well. So you got to track the results to see what is sticking with the parents. Now, before I answer, there's somebody put something in the chat, guys. Bear right back 1 minute. No problem. All good. Let's do a case study. I'm going to play a video, guys. I want everyone to watch this video for me. This is a live case study that I saw recently. I'm going to play it.
Everyone always asks me, Coach Phil, how do you rap bands? And I always tell them, I don't know how to rap bands. And I'm not even Coach Phil, I'm Coach Paul. But what I do know is our registrations for our little business classes are open and spots are filling up fast. So what are you waiting for? Sign your child up today to let them enjoy the fun.
Okay, so this is by Philip and Paul. Shout out to Philip and Paul, our Eastern Suburbs and Ride franchisees. Guys, what do you know about this creative? What makes this creative appealing to you? You can take it off mic. Tell me what you guys notice, and then I'll go over what I think is very, very well done in this creative.
I think it started with some story and a question to engage people.
Yep.
And which was a bit off. I mean, instead of trying to sell something, they're just starting with a story just to engage someone who's actually looking into it.
Yes, 100%. It didn't sound salesy. He led with a story. What else? What else did we notice about this creative?
The sign up thing, which was quite bold on screen.
Yeah, clear sign up, clear call to action. Any other things, guys, that you notice about this creative that look decent from your end? Charles, Joe, you come off mute.
The vehicle wrap.
Say that, Charles, again.
The vehicle wrap looks
colorful.
colorful.
The branding, yes, sir. The branding was on point in the background, and that was kind of a scroll stopper. Joe, were you going to say anything before I move to the next slide?
I think it's a bit funny. It's a bit catchy.
Yeah.
people would have a quick laugh.
Yeah.
And they might want to see it again. Hang on. So what just happened?
Yeah, 100%. So all of those are correct answers. This is what I saw in the video. The branding was strong. The uniform and the van was clearly shown in there to identify it was a Little Boomers ad. The lighting was well done, good lighting. It featured the owner and the head coach. This builds rapport to your local community when you've got the owner and the head coach in the video as opposed to a stock photo. You had Paul there, he was speaking confidently, you saw the owner. So when a parent signs up, oh, you're the guy that was in the Facebook ad. Yeah, that's me. Nice to meet you. It was the correct dimensions for Instagram. Instagram is vertical. So the ad has to be vertical, not square. Paul had the correct dimensions for the Instagram story. He had humor. He had a little bit of a joke there. It actually made it enjoyable to watch. I like the sense of humor. It didn't feel salesy. It came across as authentic. And the call to action was very clear and very simple. Sign up for registrations opening. So that's a quick summary of how to master local area marketing. And that's an excellent case study of Philip and Paul that really nailed that video ad, guys. Before we move over to today's workshop, did anyone have any questions about the key points for how to master local area marketing or about that creative? Just give me a thumbs up if we're ready to rock and roll. Awesome. Okay. Did you guys enjoy that little case study? Did it make things did it tie it all in? Cool. All right. Let's get into today's topic, which is how to increase renewal and reduce churn. Before we get into today's case study, guys, let's define, not case study, workshop. Let's define a couple of key terms that's important in our business and our franchise. Renewal rate is the percentage of customers coming back for next term. Churn rate is the percentage of customers leaving each term. You want renewal rate to be as high as possible, churn rate to be as low as possible. Example, 20 kids enrolled. If 15 returned, you've got a 75% renewal rate and a 25% churn rate, which means 25% are leaving, 75% are coming back. Your goal as a franchise owner operator is to get your renewal to 80% plus and your churn rate less than 20%. That's what our high-performing franchisees are doing. These metrics, renewal and churn rate, are probably the most important metrics in our franchise because they reflect the quality of the service you're delivering and also reflect the likelihood of somebody referring. Nobody's going to refer you if they're not having a good time. So they go hand in hand. The most important metrics in our franchise, children's sports, renewal rate and churn rate. Think renewal rate high, churn rate low. It's an indicator of how the quality of service that you're running. So those are some definitions before we move into the next slide. Team, any questions about renewals and churn? Okay, cool. Now, I want to start by establishing this. In Pokemon, there's a saying, catch 'em all. Unfortunately, in our franchise, you can't catch them all, and that's okay. Parents will move on. Some churn is natural due to life factors. People do move on. You can't expect 100% renewal rate and a 0% churn rate. People try something, they do it for a term, and then they move on. So don't have that belief of, I got to have 100% renewal rate. Churn is normal in our business. What we want to focus on is what we can do within our ability to increase renewal rate and decrease churn. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. So remember, like Pokemon, you can't save every customer. We've got a couple of exciting projects in the pipeline. I want to share this with you as a little bit of a teaser, because these projects that we have in the pipeline are designed to increase renewals and decrease churn. At the moment, one of these projects are available only for our selected number of franchisees as they're doing the final pilot stage. One's going to be available soon. The first project that I'm excited to announce very soon is a rollover membership system. This is our automatic debiting system every single term, which is going to decrease drop-off rates. And we've also got a gold VIP option where parents can book in for an entire year and get a 16% discount up front. And that automatically removes any seasonality trends that you experience in the business. At the moment, this is getting piloted with our high-performing franchisees. I've already tried it in my area, and we're getting really good success. But this rollover membership system is designed to debit parents automatically to create less friction and less steps for them coming back and enrolling. So that's our first kind of system that I'm excited to share with you that's going to help renewals and reduce churn. The second one is our MVP referral program that's coming out soon. It's called our Most Valuable Parent program. What it is each parent gets a unique referral code, and they have the ability to share that referral code to another parent. If somebody signs up using that referral code, the parent gets $20 credit that they can use, and that parent gets a $10 discount on their second order. It's a win-win partnership. And then to add fuel on the fire, we're doing a leaderboard where the number one parent, also known as the number one MVP, after 1 year is getting a free trip to Movie World covered by head office, flights and accommodations, 2 parents, 2 kids. This is going to go bananas. I know you probably want to hear more about it. I've got an email coming out on Monday, but this is our MVP program, Most Valuable Parent. That comes out on Monday, and I'm very excited to be sharing you with that. So those are 2 exciting projects that we have in the pipeline that's going to directly increase renewal and decrease churn. I'm going to pause. I love those love hearts, Saurabh. That's very romantic. I'm getting happy. That's a romantic thing. I'm going to take the time to pause, guys, and answer any questions that we might have about this slide.
I love what you've done there with MVP. That's we call that a minimum viable product. So I'm sure that's deliberate. I love what you've done there, the wordplay, and I think I also love the credit per referral. I think right now we've got a $20 off when someone refers to a new customer, but they don't get anything. So there's not much of a sort of like a motivation to do that. So I think that'll take care of that. So yeah, love it.
And that's a good point, Angel. At the moment, we've got $20 off your first order if you're a new customer. We're going to remove that, and instead we're going to say, hey, if you refer someone to us, you'll get that $20 credit, and that other person will get $10 off, because the best referral partnership is when both parties receive something, not just when one party receives something. So I'm glad you picked that up. Charles, you've got a question.
Yes, in regards to the direct debit.
Yeah.
I've had parents ask, is there a direct debit monthly, like $50 a month, something like that?
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have that kind of afterpay feature. They got to pay up front. And since we're moving over to a membership system where they get debited every 3 months for the term, it's a bit hard we haven't found a way to create that. So for now, we don't have that capability yet, Charles.
Okay, well,
Awesome, guys. Are you excited about these features coming out? Because I've been investing God knows how many. The membership system's been about 2 years now. Are we excited about this?
We're excited.
Few of the points
That you had mentioned here were part of my questions to be asked in the end.
Look at that. I've already answered it, Saurabh. I'm a mind reader.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Good. That's a good one. Thank you.
Cool. Edison, anything from your end before we move on?
No, all good. We're looking forward to this as we're starting this once already. So
Yeah.
for our members. So yeah,
And
looking forward to it.
I've seen you've got a couple of gold members under your belt already, which is really good.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so guys, next thing we need to understand in our business is seasonality trends. And I'm going to go over some historical data because we need to understand when parents are less likely to come back and when they're likely to come back. That allows us to plan our business more. So what we've noticed, seasonality trends, term 1 has got the lowest renewal rate because parents are on holidays. They're not thinking about coming back in February. Term 2, they settle in 60%. Term 3, 65%. And term 4, 70%. So pretty much what happens is as the year goes on, your renewal rate should be going up and up and up to the highest peak in term 4. Now, to be honest, this is network data. As a franchisee, you should be aiming to achieve 80 to 85% renewal rate. That's what we're doing in Canterbury Bankstown, and that's what the high performers do. But this is network data. As you can see, as the terms go on, renewal rate increases. So let's make sure you're planning ahead for your benchmarks. Here we go. Strategy number 1 to increasing renewal rate and decreasing churn. This might be obvious, but it actually really isn't. You have to offer more classes. You have to have class variety. Why does class variety, somebody can take themselves off mute for this. Why do you think having more classes decreases churn rate? What would be the logical argument there, Charles?
Options?
Yes, options. As parents, everybody's a parent here, correct? Yes, everyone's a parent here. Availability changes every single term. I've now got soccer on Thursday. He's now doing tutoring on Friday. He can't do Sunday anymore at Little Boomers because he now has XYZ. If you don't have a wide variety of classes, weekday options and weekend options, once the term finishes, parents' schedule changes and they might not come back. And we see that one of the main reasons why parents don't come back is because they've had a change in schedule. So it's very important that you're growing your class availability. And I'll give you an example. At Riverwood, we run classes there every single day other than Tuesday. 3 classes every single day except Tuesday. That's why we've managed to achieve 80 to 85% renewal rate. Because if a parent can no longer do Saturday Little Boomers, there's Sunday, there's Monday, there's Wednesday, there's Thursday, and there's Friday. So you want to build a lot of classes up to give parents more options. Charles, raising hand, go for it.
I've actually had some parents say they would like their kid to play twice a week.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've got a couple of people that do that for my areas as well, and so do the other franchisees. Yeah. So those are your real hardcore ballers, Charles, the ones that really want to accelerate. But that only works if you have multiple days. Obviously, if you only have one Little Boomers class running, that's not possible.
Do we have that option to offer to the parents, or if someone asks?
Yeah, of course. They just sign up again for another day.
Yeah, sign up again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So strategy number 1, guys, if you want to increase your renewal rate and keep your customers coming back every single term and not lose them, is offer more classes. All good for the first one, guys? Are we ready to move to the second one? Okay.
Question, Emil.
Yes, Little.
You had mentioned that they can enroll for the second schedule.
Yeah.
So are we still charging them the full amount, or we can give them a discount? Say, for example, half, because that is the second class.
Full amount, Lito, not half. That's a significant discount. Just a full amount. Most parents that want to do a second day are more than happy to pay that. I think they get the sibling, actually. Cool.
Yes.
Okay. Strategy number 2. Deliver A-grade coaching experience. Your customers aren't going to come back, guys, and the churn rate is going to go up if we're not delivering A-grade coaching experience. Now, a lot of us might say, oh, Emil, I am delivering A-grade coaching experience. Awesome. Let's go over what A-grade coaching experience looks like, because this is probably the most direct factor that impacts renewal rates. We can have the best system, an automatic debiting system and everything, but if they're not having a good experience on the court, it really doesn't matter. No good system, no good brain is going to affect that. They're going to leave either way. So this is my opinion, is what a good A-grade coaching experience is. Number 1, you've got engaging coaches and you've got consistent coaches. That second point is very important. If you've got new coaches every single term or every second week, there's a new coach, kids and parents don't like that because they form a relationship with one coach and then they see another face and the kids don't like it, nor do the parents. It's very important that you've got the same faces running the classes to the best you can. Obviously, things happen, university timetables, a coach resigns, but do everything within your power to make sure you've got engaging and consistent coaches. Avoid rotating coaches weekly. Make sure the owner is there. You as the owner have to develop relationships with the parents. I always say this, if you're only contacting your parents when it's time to book in again, that's a one-way relationship. Don't just contact your parents. Hey, sign up. Term 2 registrations open. Hey, registrations are open. Hey, registrations are open. That's a one-way relationship. And people see that and people don't like that. You want to invest in your parents. Get to know them. Get to see what their kids are doing after school, right? And Mary, does that very well at my location. For those that have met Mary, she forms relationships with them. She knows everybody inside out. She knows everyone from a first name basis. And that's what keeps them coming back every single term. So just remember, you want that, don't just contact them when it's time to renew. Next thing is you want to pick up disengagement fast, very quickly, especially in the first 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks of the 8-week program are very pivotal, because if you lose a kid in the first 2 weeks, as in maybe they didn't score, they're not having fun, nobody's passing them the ball, they're not following with the skills. If you lose them in the first 2 weeks, it's very hard to recover. They've already made their mind up that they don't want to come back. So you want to spot disengagement very quickly, and you want to tell the coach to implement something to turn that thing around. Also, what do we do? Somebody can take off their mute. What does a high performer franchisee do if they notice a child has not attended the class for 2 weeks straight? Somebody unmute.
Contact them.
100%, Charles. That shows care, that shows concern. If a child hasn't attended your program and you see on your attendance list that little Jimmy has missed the first 2 weeks, you jump on the phone. Hey, Anthony, it's Emil from Little Boomers Basketball. We noticed Jimmy has missed the first 2 weeks. Is everything okay? Oh, yeah, he's just been a bit under the weather. Okay, well, look, I'll be happy to do makeup classes to make up for the 2 weeks. Now, Angel, if you're a parent and an owner called you, how would you be feeling right now?
Oh, great. Because that would involve a sort of a personal touch in the relationship, and that the other person actually cares. It's just not a transactional relationship.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I can sort of relate to it more now because my kids just started going to daycare. So I love how the educators just keep me in the loop, and I don't have to go and, talk to them or ask them. So I think just that kind of a thing makes me want to think twice before moving on to another daycare. So I'm thinking the same principles apply when it comes to, basketball for kids.
100%. And you know what's funny, Angel? I'm calling you to say, hey, would you like to do makeup classes? Usually it's the parent begging, can I have a makeup class? Can I have a makeup class? Imagine if you just switch the tables around and say, hey, that's okay. How about Monday, 4 o'clock? We can do makeup classes. And oh my goodness, I don't have to go chasing for a makeup class. See how that's rapport building?
Yeah. Love that.
For sure. Okay. I want to take a time to pause, guys. Any questions so far or queries that I can take about strategy 2, delivering an A-grade coaching experience? Thumbs up if we're ready to rock and roll for the next one. Cool. Guys, can I just do a quick status check? Are we enjoying the workshop so far and finding the content useful?
Oh, yes.
It's great.
Okay. Thank you. Who's that? Is that Diane Edison? Hey, Diane. Is it Diane? I can't. Oh, wait. Is that? I can't see. I think it is Diane. There it is. Oh, look at that. We got Diane. Awesome. Okay. Strategy number 3. This kind of ties into what I was just speaking to Angel about. You got to accommodate your families. Now, what does accommodating your families mean? Make sure you adjust class level as needed throughout the term. A mini boomer might be finding the class way too easy, and he's killing the kids. He's killing the skills to the point now where he's finding it boring. Upgrade him if you have the availability to little boomers. If you leave it to the end of the term, he's not interested in coming back. Vice versa. If a child's in the little boomers, mighty boomers, right, and he is getting eaten or she is getting eaten, they're not participating in the skills, they're not getting the ball, they are very underdeveloped, even though they're 9 or 10 years old, downgrade them to the little boomers to improve their experience. You got to make sure you're doing these midterm adjustments. Secondly, offer makeup classes, right? If you can't do makeup classes, offer a holiday camp. Hey, look, Johnny broke his arm. He's been away for 4 weeks. Why don't you come down to the holiday camp for free? Oh, thank you so much. And flexibility, stronger loyalty. That's it. Meet parents where they're at. Those are my 2 ways, guys, to accommodate families. Now, I want to give you an example of how we do this, because in Riverwood, we've got 450 parents. As you can imagine, there's a lot of injuries. There's a lot of makeup classes. There's a lot of moving parts happening. But what we do is Mary offers makeup classes to all of our members. And if we can't do that because we're booked out, I'm always doing holiday camps, at least a minimum of 3 camps. Mary will call up the members. Hey, look, we noticed you really didn't do many weeks this term. Do you want to come down for a free camp in July 12th? Camp's got availability, doesn't hurt anyone. And they're like, yeah, sure. Thank you so much. So do the best you can to accommodate your families because this is worth its weight in gold. I'm going to take a time to pause, guys, before we move to the next slide. Any questions? Feel free to take yourself off mute. And this is what builds loyalty long-term, guys. Remember, just don't think, oh, why would I give away a free holiday camp, Think if you give, what you get back. Think give, because that pays. That pays in dividends, the more generous you are. Okay. Strategy number 4. Reward loyalty. Some of us are new franchisees here within the first 6 months. Some of us are like Edison and Diane, who's been around 2, coming up to 3 years. You're going to notice that you're going to have MVPs in your area. Parents that come back every single term. You don't have to beg them to book back in. They're one of the first ones to re-enroll. And they talk about your program like they're your number 1 fan. These are your MVPs, right? In Riverwood, we've got about 20 of them. They've been around for 5-6 years since the inception of Little Boomers. These MVPs, you want to treat them like royalty and take care of them. Go that extra mile for them because they're the small little group in your territory that are your brand ambassadors. They're your loyal members. Offer them bonuses. Give them a free basketball. If they upgraded to the next program, Little Boomers to Mighty Boomers, and they need to purchase the red uniform, bear the cost of the uniform and give the uniform to them for free. Give them a free holiday camp or a basketball. Obviously, everything within reason, but you want to reward this type of loyalty. And like, imagine you're a parent and, you know, you've been doing the program for 2 years and the franchisee comes up to you, hey, listen, you've been around for 2 years. I really appreciate everything you've done. Here's a free uniform for Joey. Don't worry about the cost. We wanted to give it to you as a special thank you for being around for so long, right? These are little gestures, little things that we can do to reward our loyal members because your loyal members, they're your MVPs. They're the ones that are spreading the word. Little things like a bonus, a camp, a free training kit on the upgrade. Think in terms of those. Mary does that with a lot of our members that have been around for 5-6 years. So you want to take care and reward loyalty. Does that make sense, team? Do you get my drift? Yeah? Thank you, Lito. I'm going to take a time to pause, guys, and get questions. Any questions about rewarding loyalty? And that's what the MVP program is going to do as well.
Actually, I have
Rewarded as much as possible.
Go for it, Sarab. Say it again.
I was just saying the loyalty should be rewarded as much as possible.
100%. 100%. Charles?
What if it's the other way? Do you reward new parents who's asking for too much? For example, I just had a new parent. He was going to sign up, but then he saw the cost and everything. And then he was so demanding. Can my child have a free ball? What can you do with the price? So he hasn't signed up, but he's asking for too much.
Yeah.
Now I got to the end of the call, I'm thinking, if this person's already trying to take so much,
Yeah.
I can imagine the trouble I'll go through during the class.
Oh,
My kid's
yeah.
not touching the ball.
Yeah.
Next class, can I get it for free?
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone can comment in regards to that situation.
I want to say this one thing, Charles. So what's the opposite of loyalty or the opposite of MVP? Call it painstaking. Let's call it painstaking.
It was getting to a point where I had to test my patience and just had to.
Yeah. So, Charles, we've been doing this for a long time, and if any of the other franchisees have got a story, Edison's smiling and laughing. He's probably got someone that he knows about this. Guys, you're going to get some parents that is like Charles. My kid doesn't get any attention. Where's the one-on-one attention? There's too many kids on the court. Where's this? Where's that? Every single week it's something. Like a wild.
Sorry, I gave it a crack and I just text one more time and I just left them.
Yeah. So Charles, you gotta draw the line in the sand.
Yeah.
You sometimes just gotta cut the leash and say, look, sir, I'm doing the best, or ma'am, I'm doing the best I can. If you don't like it, like you gotta draw the line in the sand. Like these people, like that parent, Charles, if they signed up, like you said, probably gonna bust your balls during the class. Why isn't this? Why isn't this? Is this coach qualified? Where's his qualifications? Can I have, can I have this? Can I have that? It's like by the end of it, like, look, you can take your 195. I'm kind of happy without it. You're going to get those type of parents. It's part of the business. There's like 1% of them. You know, the merchant fee is too much. 2% merchant fees. What's this merchant fee for? No. You're going to get them. It's part and part.
I saw it coming and I thought one last text and then
Draw the line
whatever.
then.
Yeah.
Has anyone had any of those stories of those parents, the painstaking ones? We'll call them the PVP, painstaking valuable parent or something like that. Has anyone had any of those experiences? Lito? Yeah.
Not me, maybe Luby. I'm talking to the parents.
Yeah. Edison, Diane, have you had that yet? I don't know, Diane, if you heard what we're speaking about.
I'm Doris, not Diane.
Yeah. Oh, we got Loris. Hey, Loris, better late than never.
Hi, I've stayed here for like more than 20 minutes already.
Oh, sorry, Loris. The camera
Okay.
didn't pick you up, so I completely ignored you. Welcome, Loris. By the way, this is Loris, our Hornsby franchise partner, everyone.
Hi, can you see me?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, I can see myself because I'm not sure you can see me or not.
Loris, are you finding this workshop useful so far?
Yeah, very useful. Yeah.
Good. Very good. Very good. Okay.
Thank you.
We are going to move to strategy number 5. And this one took me about maybe 2.5 years to realize. So I'll give you a story that happened. We had a Mighty Boomers class on a Sunday, that was sold out every single term. It sold out within an hour of opening. And it was about, for a year, this happened. And I don't know, Mary and I were saying, like, what the heck is wrong? Like, why is this Sunday class sells out within an hour? It was the same Sunday class, 11:55 a.m. at the Morris Yemen Riverwood. It would sell out every single hour, and we had a massive wait list specifically for that class. One term, we noticed when the registrations opened for that Sunday class that there was only 10 kids, and it didn't go up. It stayed at 10. And we're like, what's going on? Like, why? This is sold out for a year. Why is there only 10 kids? Mary did a bit of phone calling, and we found out that within that class of 20, there was a friendship group, and 2 of the friends didn't come back next term. The other parents found out, and they all left at the same time. And I was like, what the heck? I couldn't believe it. So what I learned in that encounter was that when the parents and the kids form a friendship in the class, it actually makes them a lot harder to leave. Like they'll sign up for next term because Charles and Loris is doing the program and I want to continue to do the program with them. But also, if for whatever reason that friendship circle breaks apart and one of them is now doing soccer or moving on, the whole thing comes out. So what you want to do as a franchise owner is do your best to have not only kids forming connections and bonds in the class to now when they've got a best buddy in the class and they want to sign up because Johnny's going to be doing it, but the parents form friendships in the class and now speak to other parents. So you get a bond and connection between the kids and between the parents. You want to make sure you can do everything within your power, obviously circumstance change, to keep those bonds together, because that's actually one of the big reasons why they come back next term and they want to do specifically that class on a Sunday at 11:55 because Johnny, Anthony, Elizabeth, Charles, and Lito are in that class, and I want to do that class. So that's something that took me about 2.5 or so years to learn, making sure that you're building friendships up in the class, because that's what keeps the glue together in your class numbers. I'm going to take a time to pause. Guys, come off question. Did that make sense, that last point, guys? That took me a while to figure out that one.
It makes a lot of sense. But just a question: Are you doing something to sort of build those friendships at your end? I guess the question is, how do we sort of influence that, or can we influence that?
Yeah, so you can influence it in a number of ways, Angels. First thing is never change your class times every single term. Keep them the same. Because if you change a term and you were doing Sunday classes and now you've removed them from next term, you're going to break that rhythm. Keep the class the same. Second one is run buddy week. I actually run buddy week, and some of our franchisees run buddy week every single term because it's a very successful campaign. The buddy week where you can bring a free buddy to class and you get to play in the game with the same friend, that works very well, especially doing buddy week. The third one is in our area, Riverwood, at the end of every single term, not really every single term, once or twice a year, I would hold a birthday party for all of our members. Sometimes it'll be our Easter party. Sometimes it'll be our Christmas party. I did free entry. Sometimes I did $5 entry. I booked the courts out for 2 hours during the holidays, and I made it exclusive to members in my community. If you've booked in any one of my classes in Canterbury Bankstown, you're coming down to our free Easter party for 2 hours. And I did that at least once or twice a year. And what I found was those events are so good at engaging your community, building that rapport, but also bringing back your old members that pause for a little bit, having them reintroduce. And you know what? A lot of them signed up the following term. So I recommend on the big events in the year, Easter, Halloween, kids go berserk on Halloween, and Christmas party. If you were to do a Halloween event, 2 hours, come in your favorite costume, we're giving away prizes, book the court for 2 hours. What's that cost you? $80, $160, pay 2 coaches to come there, $300-400 investment, right? And you do a free party. Anybody that's done a North Sydney program, holiday camp, or term program is coming down to a Halloween party in North Sydney. That's community engagement. That's what builds those friendships and connections. And we did that for about 4 years straight. I haven't did one in a while, but we did. Actually, no, what am I lying? I did one last year for Christmas. Did that answer your question, Angel?
It did. Thank you.
Cool. Team, did we have any questions about this strategy or any other strategies in specific? Cool. This is a big Zoom. These are getting bigger. Joe, how are you finding them? Good?
Yeah, it's really good. Like the strategy number 5, it's sort of, I mean, my whole focus really is into that. Like at the moment, my class is actually 4 hours are booked in.
Yes.
And classes I've got for 3 hours. And what I'm actually doing for the last hours is actually inviting parents to come and join us.
For sure.
Yeah. I want to engage them, not really with the kids, but with the coaches as well, with the franchises as well. It's like we're here for the community. We're not really here for your kid or only for you as a customer or nothing. It's more like we're here for everyone as a family.
Yeah.
There's few parents that actually said it's going to be really good. They want to come and join us for the last hour. If they have time, they'll come and play with us. Kind of like just a friendship match or things like that. So
100%. And Joe, just remember, as always, the more you give, the more you get in return. And the more you're giving back to the community, the more events, these free community events you're doing, the more you get in return.
Correct. Yeah. I've already started talking about the Christmas programs as well with a few play centers as well.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So team, I'm going to ask you guys one more time. Are we enjoying the workshop today? Can I just get a bit of live feedback, please? Feedback's important to me. Thank you. Loris? Yeah? Edison, Diane? Out there hustling? Thank you. All right. So guys, I want to do my final renewal and retention checklist. This is a little bit of a summary of the key elements that you can do as a franchisee. Now remember, certain situations are out of your control. If a parent can no longer afford your program, out of your control. If they're going on holiday, out of your control. If they're now moving to a different state, out of your control. This workshop is about focusing on what you can control, which is, firstly, knowing your percentages, getting to that 80 to 85% renewal rate and keeping churn lower than 20%. Offer more classes, flexible class times throughout the week. Try get it to, you got classes every single day. That's your goal. Try build up an area where there is classes running every single day. Run high quality classes, consistent coaches, consistent engaging coaches. Try keep the coaches to the best you can. Obviously, unforeseen things happen where people do resign. Engage with your families throughout the term. Don't be a one-way relationship. Hey, have you booked in yet? Hey, have you booked in yet? Put deposits into the relationship to get to know your families and communities. Track disengagement. Be on top of disengagement within the first 2 weeks. If any of your families have missed 2 classes, jump on the phone from a care and concern perspective, but you have to spot disengagement very quickly within the first 2 weeks. Accommodate makeup classes and skill level challenges. Sometimes parents, they think they're LeBron James. I've got a 9-year-old. He's ready for Mighty Boomers. He doesn't know how to dribble. He puts him to Mighty Boomers. He doesn't touch the ball for the whole class. As parents, we give the benefit of the doubt of our kid. He's a superstar. He's different, but you haven't seen him before. He's different. I've heard that a billion times. You know what I mean? And they'll do the class and they struggle. So make sure you're adapting to the different classes. Downgrade and upgrade in between the term when you deem necessary. Offer makeup classes. Reach out of the way to give them makeup classes, not them hustling you. Reward your long-term families, your loyal MVPs. Reward them. Take care of them. And foster friendships in your classes. Do a community event. Start off with once a year doing a community event. What's the next big event? We're in July, August, September, Halloween, October. Run a Halloween party for your members. Invest in that $300-400 to engage with the community. Hold a Christmas party, right? Foster those connections. And please make sure book your venues a year in advance. Have the same classes every single term. Parents do not like change. They do not like different times. Keep the same times every week. Team, with that being said, that brings me to the end of our live workshop. I do want to stay here to take a bit of All-Star Day Q&As and it's good for everybody, regardless of whether you're in New South Wales or not, because eventually we're going to have an All-Star Day running in every single state. So I'm going to take a little bit of All-Star Day Q&As. Before I do, I'm going to pause. Did anybody have any final questions about today's live workshop? And I'm going to go around the grounds and I want to ask each person one thing that they learned from today, or maybe something that they're going to implement into their franchise territory. Let's start with you, Angel.
So quick question around rewarding families. Just wondering, to what extent are we, can we be flexible? Are we allowed to, for example, I know that we're not really keen on giving a lot of discounts, but when it comes to things like uniforms or basketballs or things like that,
Yeah.
is that something that we can implement on our own, or does it need to go through a process?
No, it doesn't, Angel. So like you can, if you want to give them a free ball, you got to obviously buy the ball from us and you give them for free. So you bear the weight of that cost. I'm totally fine
Okay.
with that. I'm not big on discounts, 10%, 20%, 30%. We got that referral strategy,
Yep.
which is like, we're going to give you something for referring someone. But yeah, you just bury the weight of the cost.
Awesome. Thank you. So I think I learned a lot. This was a very, very practical session. I've made little notes. And I think one of the things I'm looking forward to implementing is the community engagement part. Because I think the friends and the relationship building really struck a nerve with me today. So we're going to focus on, I don't know, holding some events. And then, yeah, let's see where we go from there.
Awesome, Angel. Glad you liked it. Lito, your turn. You're on mute, Lito. That's all right.
Okay.
There you go.
So for us, we will maybe we will implement the long-term families and top preparers
Mhm.
because I think they will retain or stay with us. So they deserve some reward, and if they always refer us to some families, so I think we need to give them something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, Lito. Loris, your turn.
Yes, we will definitely give some rewards to the loyal families, the parents, because we have been running the body week for 2 times already.
Mhm.
Some of the parents, they bring their buddies for
Yeah.
like those 2 times. They are very loyalty. I think we will definitely give them some rewards, and also we will hold some parties like Halloween parties and also the Christmas parties for the parents, and also they can bring some friends as well for the party.
Yeah.
2 to 3 yeah.
That is, now you're thinking smart. Imagine
Yeah.
you do a free event and then you say, hey, for this free Halloween event, you can bring a free friend. That
Yeah.
free friend who you paid $0 for
Yeah.
has an amazing time, and you didn't have to market to them because they went out and found a friend, and then that friend signs up to your Churn program. See what you've done there? That's like a double whammo. 2 birds, 1 stone. Is that what the saying is? 2 stones, 1 bird, or 2 birds, 1 stone, whatever it goes by.
Yeah.
That was good, Loris. That was a really, really good point. Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to implement everything that was said today, everyone's tips. As a new franchisee, probably start building the core relationship as parents. As per my message today, I really into old school fashion, meeting with parents, talking to parents in markets in the first few classes. Yeah, yes, I'm really keen on the Halloween. I've locked in term 4 classes.
Perfect.
We're going to create more classes. The process of securing the venues, and they're going to give free events. Halloween is really huge in that area. It's a really suburb family area. So that's one thing we'll definitely implement, the Halloween, free Halloween party, basketball.
Yeah, for sure. And I did see on Monday Morning Momentum that you've opened up classes for term 4, which is really, really good. Guys, if we're not on Monday Morning Momentum, it's our Facebook group where we post our wins and challenges for the week. Make sure you guys join in. Angel, Sarab, Sarab's gone. Where you checked out? That's all right. Angel, if you're not on Monday Morning Momentum, all of our franchisees are posting wins they had last week. It's a good collaboration. Everybody's bouncing ideas from each other. Message Greg. He'll give you the link, Angel, to join Monday Morning Momentum. Lito, you're already on there. Loris, you're on there, but we don't see much posting from you, Loris. I want to see your Monday Morning Momentum every Monday. I do it every Monday. I do it at 6 a.m. Nice and early. Charles, you kill it on the chat. Joe, Edison too, and Diane, I want to see you on Monday Morning Momentum. Would love to see your Monday posting because I know Edison's giving some good feedback points on it. So if you haven't joined it, guys, message Greg. He'll give you the Facebook link. Joe, let's move to you now.
For me, the last one is the most important thing. That's really my focus all along. If you could remember initially when we started talking, if we focus the last one, the rest gonna fall into places. That's how I believe it. Friendship and community is something that you actually do things for each other, and then once you keep doing it, if you look at all the other pointers in the top, it's sort of kind of that's what you do for your friends and family. So yeah, that's really the key pointer for me, actually. Yeah. And another thing is finding the offer. It's not really the dollar value, the way you can actually present to people, that's really important. So I think the other day when I had the chat with you, you actually said we could actually do holiday camp. And it's a good way to promote, because we could actually have a free holiday camp for people. Those who are actually enrolling, they could bring in a buddy in there. So it's free cost to anyone, and then we could actually more exposure. It's a promotional activities. So really good.
For sure, Joe. I'm glad you're finding value. Edison and Diane, last ones.
Hi guys, how are you? I think one of the big takeaways for us is looking after our families. Ensuring that we listen to their suggestions, and also taking an extra step. For example, we're actually like kind of implementing it. Like recently, we've got a lot of feedbacks from parents regarding the merchant fee. And then one of our parents, he's got 2 kids that he wanted to sign up for the VIP, but then he got charged. Obviously, it's hard because it's by percentage. So I waived that. I thought it's only a small amount. If that would mean that I'm gonna lock in a 1-year deal with this, with the family, so it's worth it. And then they signed up. So they're the first VIPs in our area. So it will make them feel like they are that you're just valuing the customer, which is pretty cool.
Good on you, Diane, and both you and Edison do a very good job in that, and that's why you've grown your area super fast in Campbelltown. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording, guys. 1 second.